Hi guys, my name is Ditshego Maqaqa. Welcome to each and every one of you. This is my very first video on YouTube, and today we are officially launching this channel. Its name is the AfroBalm Queen. Yes, the AfroBalm Queen. The name is already self-explanatory, so I'm sure those who know, or even those who do not know, they can already hear from the name what this channel is going to be all about. Today guys, we're going to just be on the lighter note. I'm going to allow you guys to get to know me. So at the end of the video, you guys are welcome to ask me anything else in the comment section. And please, as you know, you need to subscribe, you need to turn on that notification bell so that every time I upload, you will be the first one to know, because we are family, right? Yes, we are family. So now, I was born Ditshego Malele in a small village called Matibidi. I'm the eldest of 3 children. I've got a little sister and a little brother. You will get to know them as time goes on, especially my sister, because guys, we are inseparable. But anyway, that's not where I'm at. So that's where I grew up, in Matibidi, Leroro. So Kimupedi guys, or Kilipulana. So either one, whichever one you're comfortable with, but it's in the same family. And 13 years old, I left home to go to Emalahleni, to go into my high school in Hoërskool Patriot. It was a public school. It was transitioning from being a full Afrikaans medium high school to becoming an English and Afrikaans. So one of the first in the year 2000. So if you can do the maths, you already kind of know how old I am, right? But anyway, 2 years later, my younger sister joined me in the same high school. And guess what, guys? That's where me and her started to gel. Do you see how far back that was? And it's only today or recently that I have actually found my true calling. But anyway, we'll talk about that one in another video. So fast forward, in the year 2004, I finished matric. And during that year, went to Pretoria to go, you know, look for school and all of that. I think it was a career expo that we went to at TUT, my friends and the whole school. And then the next thing, I decided, no man, I miss home. You know, I left home when I was 13. I could only go home on school holidays. So I'm gonna skip, I'm gonna take a gap year. I didn't tell the parents. Obviously, they were not going to approve. My father is a teacher, principal. But anyway, then come 2005, I go back home. No, actually 2004, obviously I went back home, waited for the results. I passed very well. And I told them that, no, I'm not going to go to school. I was not accepted in any of the schools. But obviously after a few weeks that I had revealed that, then I had to tell the truth that, guys, I didn't apply. I miss home. And February, I was like, oh gosh, what else can I do here? Remember, I left when I was 13. So home is kind of strange. I've got friends, yes, but those friends, they've got other friends, because those are the friends they spend most of their high school life with. Me, I was like that child that would come during holidays for those 2-3 weeks, and then I go back to Witbank to be with my full-time friends. And then I enrolled in the local high school just to redo matric. It was simply just redoing matric because I had passed so well. Then I redid matric. It was one of the longest years. April, I started writing letters to universities. Like, nobody asked me. I started writing letters. And I wrote, and then I got answers, I think, from UJ, and then Cape Town, Cape Peninsula University of Technology. And then I was like, okay, Cape Town sounds nice. Let's go to Cape Town. And then I told the parents, okay, I got admitted in all 3. I choose Cape Town. And then we drove down sometime later that year. We drove down to Cape Town with the parents, the whole family actually. I think my brother was not there. He complained that his legs were too long or something, so he can't last in a car for that long. So we drove, the 4 of us. We got there, I wrote the test. We came back 17 January 2006. That's when I got the call to say, girl, you're accepted, you can now come. February, I packed my bags. My dad put me in a bus, guys. Like, we drove the first time, and I could not afford to fly at the time. So I went to Cape Town on a bus. He just said, as long as the bus says something Cape Town. So obviously then that means he booked Intercape. Then I got to Cape Town, fended for myself, found rest, which I had not applied for. I got there and I bulldozed everybody. When somebody said to me, you were late for this, and blah, 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 and then I said, okay, it's fine. Said, just call your wife, tell her that I'm sleeping over, you've got a guest, so that tomorrow we'll come back and do this thing. And then these people would just get my things done like that. And eventually, at the end of that day, the same day that I got to Cape Town, I got my residence, I was fully registered, and then I started studying. Guess what? I studied electrical engineering. Yep. Do you want to know how that came about? Okay, in high school, we were asked, so what are you guys going to study? And then the boy said, the girls better stay away from engineering. And that's the reason why I decided, okay, let's see how it's going to go. I'm going to go exactly for that engineering. And I studied electrical engineering. Fast forward 2 years later, I was done. Was I done? No, I was supposed to do in-service training. So I applied in Eskom Bankenveld, if I'm not mistaken, or Brackenfell. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's Brackenfell. And then at the same time, I applied in Begersfort. And life was not so nice in Cape Town anymore. I'll tell you that story one day. And when I got a reply from Begersfort, I packed my bags, guys, on the road. Told my parents, no, I'm coming. We're going to Begersfort. And then I traveled, like my traveling from Cape Town to home, guys, was always a struggle. If I'm flying, I'd fly, get to Joburg, sleep with the family, relatives, get up in the morning, take a taxi, go home. Then my parents will wait for me somewhere, pick me up, and then finally go home. So that day, I think I was about 30 km away from home, waiting for my dad to come and pick me up because I got there before him. And then I get a call from the mine. And they say to me, girl, do you know the kind of job that you're coming for? I'm like, yes, I'm coming to do in-service training, electrical engineering. They're like, no, you're going to work in a very hot, dusty, low-paying job. Yo, I cried, guys, like I cried. And at the same time, I had just given up an interview in Brackenfell, Eskom, in Cape Town. And that job was going to pay me, I think it was 7.5, and it was so in line with what I had studied for. And now this person is telling me stories. I can't go back to Cape Town now. Like Cape Town is like 2 days away at that time in terms of my traveling logistics. But anyway, I went to work at that mine. I remember I totally did not want to be there. When I was doing the medical, I was even struggling to blow that thing, you know, when they do the lung test and what. I was like crying. I was like, oh God, why am I here? And yes, guys, I am a believer. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. I believe that God raised him from the dead. I believe that he is alive forevermore. So I'm a born-again child of God. So I was on fasting on that. Imagine they want me to blow into this thing. I'm on day 17 of 21-day fast. I've got absolutely no power. And this guy is like, okay, Ceci, go and sit outside, catch your breath, come back and blow this thing. I don't want you to fail at this moment. Then I sat outside and I thought to myself, God, I didn't sign up for this. And guys, for the very first time in my salvation walk, I heard God say, who am I? Who am I? Do you think that I can make a mistake? So he just asked me that question, who am I? And I filled in the answers. You are God the provider. You are God who knows what's best for me. You are God who knows the desires of my heart. You know, then after that I went in, I blew that thing, and then my parents were waiting at the gate, and then we went home. And anyway, that was 7 years later. I was in the training department, having finished my millwright training. I'm now a qualified millwright. That means electrical and a fitter. Like, do you see how far off it is from the current thing that I'm doing? But anyway, I was that. Then I was in the training department, and then the mine closed 2015, right? So at that time, I'm married. I've got a child. The mine is closing, and I don't really have a plan. I don't know what I want to do. And throughout this entire time, my husband, who came into my life in 2011, because we got married in 2012, again, that's a story for another day, he had already saw that baby, I see that you're working at the mines, right? But I don't think that's what your passion is. I don't think that you're doing what you're supposed. I'm like, no, babe, no. Like, you're seeing things. And how would you see this? If somebody's getting married, I want to organize everything from head to toe, like from the decor to everything. I enjoy doing the research about that and all of that. If somebody is doing their makeup, I'm all up in their faces. I want to know how this is done, how is that. When it comes to the hair, I was just interested in everything decor. If somebody is building a house, I'm like, can I do your interior decor? And my husband was like, you are in the wrong field, bro. I'm like, no, babe. Why? Because I'm raised to go to school, graduate, find a job, and then you have a nice life after. So this thing of running my own business and thinking that I have got a talent other than what I have studied for. And remember, the reason why I ended up in the training department in the first place is because I hated being in plant. Those who did the leadership with me will tell you, guys, I had nails like so long, and yet I'm supposed to be working with grease. I'm supposed to be working with electricity. I remember there was a lady, Mutandi. Hi, Tandi. Shout out to you, girl. Tandi would be like, how are you going to work if your hands are this, you've got nails this long, and you don't even want to touch the grease? So I hated that whole period of my learnership. And finally, when I went into training, at least I didn't have to touch the dirt. But at the same time, I was like, after a year or so of doing that thing, I was like, oh gosh. I remember I called my husband one day. I was like, I'm leaving this. I'm just going to quit and I'm going to walk away. Again, having all of this, I still don't know what is it that I would rather be doing, you know? But anyway, then the retrenchments came. The mine closed down. My ex-boss calls me, Joe, there's a post in Kwamati mine in Machado Dorp. Are you interested? Okay, it's almost 2 years. I've been out of a job. And I'm like, okay, I think I've rested enough if it was rest I needed. So I thought. Then I went to Machado Dorp. I was working there. It was a contract. And I think 4 months before the contract ended, I met AfroBalm. Yes, I met AfroBalm. In the next episode, we are going to talk about how I met AfroBalm after my husband has convinced me time and again that no, actually you're in the wrong industry. Got to Nkomati, I got fed up. I totally got fed up. My home was in Pretoria. My family was in Pretoria. I didn't want to work 5 days a week. I wanted to work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then go on the same Thursday and come back on a Monday only to go back to work on Tuesday. And that was not possible, guys. Like, when you work for somebody, you need to be there Monday to Friday. And it was hard, hey? It was really hard. And that's when I knew that I need to go. I need to get out of this industry. I spoke to another boss of mine, Louis Malepe. Shout out to you, Louis. Louis said, I think you need a promotion more than you need a new career. I was like, no, Louis, I don't think that's that. Hey, I think I need to do something else. So it's not it. This is not it. And yeah, so towards the end of the contract, I was like, I couldn't wait for the contract to end. So the contract ended on the 31st of March 2019. Packed my bags, moved over to Pretoria. Now I'm with my family. Now I can do whatever I want. So on the 1st of April, I started AfroBalm. So yeah, guys, like I said, this story, I will talk to you guys about it in the next episode. So to wrap this up, this channel is mostly going to be about hair. You see this? This is the goodness. Yes, I will review wigs. I will review straight hair, because generally I think as women we've got different shades of beauty. So what works for me might not work for you. So I'm not gonna say do away with this or do away with that, but what I will do, I will share what I have discovered as a person, and whether or not you want to follow that, it's totally up to you. But we've got our young girls that are still growing up, and we want them to know who they are. So yeah, content wise, it's going to be hair. life updates. I will update you about the things that I've learned in life. We'll probably talk about marriage because I'm a married woman. We'll also talk about singlehood because before I was married I was actually single. We'll talk about parenthood. We'll talk about friendships because I've got a lot of friends. We'll talk about ministry, guys. Hey, I'm like a pastor's wife, so we'll also talk about that for upcoming young ladies who still going into the journey of marriage and maybe getting married to pastors like myself. So I have a lot of advice for them, and we're going to have a lot of conversations. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me. If there's anything else you would like to know, you can leave your comment down below. Obviously you won't be able to leave a comment if you haven't subscribed, so you hit the subscription button, and as soon as you hit that, then it will allow you to actually have an input. Thank you so much. I believe that you guys are gonna be tight. We're gonna be tight like that. I'm gonna teach you a lot of things. We're gonna share a lot of things. You're gonna teach me a lot of things that I also did not know, because life is all about that. We share, we learn together, we grow together. So yeah, let's see how this journey, but I believe that God has brought us together for a reason. Like I said, I'm a believer, so I believe that He's gonna grow us together, me and you. I'm gonna learn from you, you're gonna learn from me, and together we are going to flourish. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I love you. I appreciate your having been here. And if you have any questions or any comments, and be nice, guys. You know, we've got a lot of problems, we've got a lot of life challenges, so the least that you can do is be nice, be kind, give constructive advice, add value, you know. So yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next episode. So if all things go well, we'll probably be uploading every week until further notice. So every week on a certain day of the week, we'll definitely be uploading videos until further notice. Further notice can be maybe 2 videos a week or 1 video in 2 weeks. We don't know, but for now it's definitely gonna be 1 video a week. Love you guys. AfroBalm Queen is out. So much love for you.